Governor Carney, I'm so happy that you're here once again supporting our industry, and tonight is a big night for you because you're accepting an award, but actually it's for Michael Scoose, our Secretary of Agriculture.
Yeah, I'm representing the Secretary Scoose tonight. Really actually excited about it. Secretary Scoose and I have worked together now for over 10 years, putting aside his years with the federal government and the Ag Department. But you know, Michael and the department has done so much for the harness racing industry here in our state. I go back a long way when I was Secretary of Finance with this organization. I love the people here. It's a fun place to be. And so I'm happy to be here to represent Michael Scoose and Secretary Scoose tonight.
And one of the things about harness racing, I know we talk a lot about the economic impact. We also talk about the open spaces. But one of the things that people don't realize, how family oriented it is. I mean, this is a real family business when you're talking about racing horses.
Yeah, I think it's all the above. I think it's farmland preservation. I think it's an economic driver. It certainly is a family enterprise. It's about our Delaware farm families, frankly. And they're an important part of the heritage of particularly the lower part of our state, not entirely. So it's really a piece of Delaware when you think about it, and the people who have lived here for a long time.
Usually when we have an interview, I like to ask a couple extra questions that maybe don't have to do with...
No hard questions tonight. No hard questions.
No. Okay. Dolly Parton. You met Dolly Parton.
I love Dolly Parton. Delaware loves Dolly Parton. And we've participated in her Imagination Library. She provides a book a month for children from birth to age 5. And already we have 26,000 Delaware children who are beneficiaries of that. And you think about what a gift that is to these children and how important it will be to their ability to learn how to read and then ultimately be successful in school. It's really a big deal. When she came to her, everybody loves Dolly. I mean, it was wonderful. It really was.
When I saw that, because I was watching that actually as it was live streaming, and I was like, what is happening? You are, wow. The governor is with Dolly Parton right now, freaking out. Two of my favorite people.
And it really was. It was more than what I expected because of her. She's just real. You know what I mean? It's just not like she's very fancy and she's a movie star and a great singer and all of the above, but she's a wonderful person, right? And she's got this great idea, really simple idea of giving these children a book a month. And it's just fantastic.
One other question that doesn't have to do with harness.
Questions.
No. This is another easy one. But it's kind of cool. Okay, so Woodburn, right? The mansion, you don't live there.
I do not live there.
No, okay. All right. It was built, I think, in the 1790s. It was actually a stop on the Underground Railroad. And people say it is the most haunted house in Delaware. Did you know that?
I have heard the rumors that it's haunted. I got to admit, I'm a little nervous when I do stay there, and I do occasionally. Now, Governor Minner, God rest her soul, used to talk about some of the ghosts that she lived there, and she would see certain things and hear certain things that were beyond normal, whatever the right term is. And so, yeah, I don't know whether the rumors are true, but there certainly is a big rumor that Woodburn has ghosts, let's just say, or people from the other side that visit the house from time to time. And to your point about the Underground Railroad, there is some story that one of the slave girls named Susie is one of the ghosts that visits the house from time to time. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it makes for an interesting story.
Oh, I love. Now, see, if I was governor, I would have to live there because that's right up my alley.
Oh, is that right? Oh my God.
But oh great! I'm so glad you told me about Governor Minner.
Well, Governor Minner would talk about getting up at one night or hearing a rocking chair, moving, and nobody was there, and just there are some stories that would make you a little nervous if you're like me.
We still have so much more of the banquet. One last thing I just got to ask you. So Senator Tom Carper, I love him so much. I actually have a picture in my office with him, and he signed it. And in the picture, he put down, Heather, you laid up a room like few people do. Harrington is so lucky to have you, right? Yes,
Oh my God,
I have that.
is so awesome.
I know.
And so true, by the way.
Well, I was going to say, I look at him every day. I think about him every day. And one of the things that he told me was one of the best jobs in the world was being the governor of a small state. Now, it doesn't mean it's an easy job, but he said it was the best job. How do you feel about that?
I think he's right, particularly those of us who choose public service, because we're a small state. We are a state of neighbors, Governor Markell used to always say. And you like your neighbors mostly. You at least know them well, and it's easier to do business that way, in my point of view. You can get things done. If you want to meet with your horsemen, you can get a dozen of these men and women here in the room together, many of whom are friends of mine, sit around the table. I've just heard a bunch of concerns that they have about this or that or the other thing. And you can really, I think you can really create the reality that the government does work for the people, the elected officials work for the people they represent the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's real. And I think that's really important. I can tell you this. I could not be an elected official in some of the other states in the country. But it's a great privilege to be elected official here in Delaware.
And thanks for being on the show again.
Thank you, and thank you for lighting up all of Delaware.
Oh, I love it. You're coming close. You're my second favorite right now. You're getting there.
Work on it.
Thank you.